Joining us on this broadcast, Sanju Verma from the Bharatiya Janata Party squaring off against her. We've got Tehseen Poonawalla who leans towards the Congress. I want to go across to Tehseen first. Tehseen, I heard the comment made by the Home Minister. If you listen to his speech in its entirety and the bit that he said about Balasaheb Ambedkar, it's quite clear he wasn't demeaning Ambedkar at all. Yet the opposition has taken umbrage to what the Home Minister said. So can you begin by explaining to viewers watching at this time, what exactly is the opposition so furious about?
Rahul, thank you. Good evening. Thank you so much for having me on the show. Good evening to Sanjay and to all your viewers. There are two issues that the opposition is furious about. Issue number one is this was a debate on the constitution, and as we all know, Babasaheb Ambedkar headed the committee that drafted our constitution. This comes in the background of the fear that the BJP may change the constitution, may or may not be true, but that was the fear. And the 75th year of the constitution. Now, in such a debate, I want to leave it to your viewers to judge. Had the same statement of those 11 seconds been made by any gentleman in the opposition or person in the opposition, say Rahul Gandhi ji or Kharge ji, that instead of taking the name of Ambedkar ji, which is a fashion, and this is very insulting to people like me who are pure constitutionalists, or if you would have taken the name of God, you would have gone to heaven 7 times over. What does that mean? It is insulting. It is humiliating. See, we can have a religious debate. We can wonder whether heaven exists or doesn't exist, God exists or doesn't exist. But Babasaheb Ambedkar, with his pen and constitution, gave you and me and Sanju ji the same rights. He gave us equality that was denied to people like us for centuries. How can that be less than any godly act? And to demean him in this way in the temple of parliament, I think did not behove the Honorable Home Minister of India.
Okay, let Sanju Verma respond to this, because if you look just at that clip which is viraling on social media, where he says Ambedkar, Ambedkar karte rehte, itni baar Bhagwan ka naam liya hota, they would have gone to some at a time when a lot of people think of Balasaheb Ambedkar as some form of a demigod, at least for them and for their society. You know, it can be misconstrued, and this is something the BJP has done in the past, picked out comments, and now it seems that that same thing has come back to bite you.
Rahul, I will come straight to the debate, but let me just tell you that for a lot of us, you are a bona fide journalist, you are not a troll, as mentioned by Pawan Khera. So, please don't let the Congress get to you.
No one can get to me. Can I just say, no one can get to me. I'm just here doing my job as best as I possibly can, whether it's questioning the Home Minister or Congress leaders or anybody else for that matter. But let's just stick to this debate. Do you think he's being misinterpreted, or do you think that comment was such that if you just look at that in isolation, it is quite likely to be misinterpreted?
Rahul, I always say that the proof of the pudding is in the eating. And let's get this very, very clear. That, in 2016, it is the Modi government which actually started the BHIM app. It was a tribute to Babasaheb Ambedkar. In 2017, we inaugurated the Babasaheb Ambedkar International Center in New Delhi. And don't forget that I was looking at some data. The Nehru Memorial is worth 55 acres. The Indira Gandhi Memorial spread over 45 acres. And the Rajiv Gandhi Memorial spread over 15 acres, which means 115 acres in all. And guess what? 1 acre is about 4,840 square yards. So we are talking about 5,56,600 square yards, which is valued at 51,000 crore. इतना पैसा 3 गांधी परिवार के लोगों के मेमोरियल पर खर्चा हुआ, but for decades together in post-independent India, 2 बिघा जमीन नहीं खरीदी गई to give a proper tribute and build a memorial for Babasaheb Ambedkar. Today, over 13 acres at Indu Mills compound in Mumbai, Maharashtra, a 450 feet memorial, including a 100 feet pedestal to honor Babasaheb's legacy, is coming up, and
okay,
it will come.
But can I just play out that bite, that comment made by the Home Minister? Listen to it and just the initial bit, because on social media in particular, the opposition is slicing and dicing it in a way that just pick out the initial bit saying that he's mocking Ambedkar, which if you listen to the longer comment, it's quite clear that that's not the intent, that's not how it's being said. Could it just be a question of interpretation, the manner it is framed, or was he actually out of line? Listen to that comment and then I'll resume this debate.
मान्यवर, अभी एक फैशन होगा है, Ambedkar, 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 Ambedkar. इतना नाम अगर भगवान का लेते तो 7 जन्मों तक स्वर्ग मिल जाता.
This is the comment, Tehseen, which is being plucked out in isolation and put. But just listen to the next 30-40 seconds and he explains what the government has done for Ambedkar. So therefore, this is just, to my mind, a rank act of mischief by the opposition.
Rahul, there are two issues here.
Okay.
The BJP spokesperson very eruditely spoke about the good work Prime Minister Modi has done for Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. No doubt about it. But that's not the issue that we're debating. Rahul, I may do 100 good things for you, but that does not give me the right to put you down and be condescending. Now, look, the entire argument of the BJP spokesperson, as of the BJP in general, has been demeaning the Gandhi family, Nehru family, to show Baba Saheb Ambedkar in a highlight. You don't need to do that. They're both icons in their own right. And in doing so, they repeatedly cross the line, not just about Ambedkar ji, even about Nehru ji. For example, the lies that Nehru ji was responsible for defeating Ambedkar ji. I mean, that was an election, but Ambedkar ji himself writes that it was the RSS that was responsible. Veer Savarkar, he writes it in a letter. Let's not demean one, put the other down. The question is, the Congress may have done something in the wrong in the past. The BJP may have done something right. Has the Honorable Home Minister of India made these comments? If these comments, a major portion of India who are followers of Ambedkar have found offensive, should it not be appropriate that the Honorable Home Minister
Here's
of
the
India
thing.
apologize?
Sure, here's the thing. And we saw this with
Sure.
the debate over reservation about Dalit Arakshan during the Lok Sabha election. It can spiral. And obviously, Sanju Verma, the BJP at the highest levels felt that there was need for damage control, which is why the Prime Minister puts out a long thread on this. The Home Minister does a press conference soon after. So you obviously felt the need to come out and clarify.
You know, now Rahul, I'll make some very quick points. The opposition's attitude reminds me of a खिसियानी बिल्ली. खिसियानी बिल्ली खंबा नोचे. चुनाव जीतना आता नहीं है, but you know, putting out fake videos and trying to twist the narrative is what the Congress has been reduced to. I will just give you some data in 20 seconds which your audience needs to know, because beyond memorials, beyond celebrating 26 November as Constitution Day in the memory of Bhimrao Ambedkar, beyond celebrating his birthday on the 14th of April as a national holiday, this is what the Modi government has done to benefit Dalits, because when you work for Dalits, it is then that you're actually honoring Baba Saheb's legacy. Jan Dhan Yojana, 76% of the beneficiaries are OBCs and Dalits. Mudra Yojana, 72% of the beneficiaries are Dalits and OBCs. PM Vishwakarma Yojana, 83% of the beneficiaries are Dalits and OBCs. PM Ujjwala Yojana, 67% of the beneficiaries are Dalits and OBCs. Ayushman Bharat, 77% of the beneficiaries are Dalits and OBCs. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, 69% of the beneficiaries are Dalits and OBCs. Startup India and Digital India, more than 49% of the beneficiaries are Dalits and OBCs. So if anybody sits here and lectures me that Modi Sarkar ne Daliton ke liye kuch nahi kiya, he is clearly living in La La Land. And last but not the least, it is thanks to the abrogation of Article 370 that Valmikis have got the right to exercise their vote and stand for elections. Each time the Congress says, हम अनुच्छेद 370 के abrogation के समर्थन में नहीं हैं, they are actually undermining the credibility of the
Final
Valmiki
words,
community.
Tehseen Poonawalla. Now, this is the fact. If you look at which government has done more to build out the legacy of Baba Saheb Ambedkar, this government has several things to its credit, whereas the UPA government was clearly more interested in pushing forth the legacy of the Gandhi family, and that is not something that anyone can question. I mean, a lot of work has happened around other leaders now, which wasn't a priority previously.
That is perception, and I don't agree to it. And if you have a longer show, I will argue on it. But Rahul, I leave it to you and your viewers, and I leave it to you. Did you in school? I in school certainly celebrated 14th April as a national holiday. 6th December was a national holiday. For the first time, I'm hearing that it is Prime Minister Modi that made it a holiday. I'm sure when you went in school, it was a holiday. It was, at least when I went in school. This is, the BJP takes credit even for what it doesn't do, and then starts spreading fake news. As for the fake video that the BJP, this is not the Republic of Nonsense. This is Rahul Kanwal's show.
Okay, Sanju Verma, let's do this one at a time. I can't have both guests
Please do this
speaking
one
over
at a
each
time,
other. Let
Sanju. Allow me
Tehseen
to
complete.
finish. I'll take 10 seconds more. I'll just take 10 seconds more. The BJP spokesperson said that a fake video is put out. You can say, okay, the video is not complete. I have no arguments with that. You can't say it's a fake video. You played it out. India today is the gold standard of journalism. So again, coming on a national TV and lying about it, you don't have to lie, demean others. You say what you have to say or apologize to the nation. The fact that the Prime Minister and Amit Shah ji are reacting the way they are, they know that there's a certain line is being
So
crossed.
final words,
I think
Sanju
that is
Verma.
their policy.
Tehseen Poonawalla argues a reaction isn't enough. What the opposition wants is an outright apology. Final word, Sanju.
The opposition को मैं ये कहूंगी, अमित शाह को चैलेंज करने की आपकी औकात और हैसियत नहीं है. Opposition is the classic case of हाथी के दांत खाने के और दिखाने के और. Be it Baba Saheb Ambedkar, who was not allowed to enter Lok Sabha, you managed to defeat him thanks to Nehru. He had to enter the parliament via the Rajya Sabha route. Be it Babu Jagjeevan Ram, one of the tallest leaders and the former defense minister, you reduced his legacy to nothing. Or for that matter, Mallikarjun Kharge, who's nothing more than a glorified puppet. दलितों का नरसंहार यदि किया है मॉरली पॉलिटिकली, it is the Congress party. दलितों का नरसंहार यदि हुआ है politically and morally, it is the Congress party. I want to ask you one thing.
Okay, I'm out of time, so we need to wrap up.
I just want 5 seconds.
Okay, 5 seconds, Tehseen. I need to wrap up very quickly, please.
Kharge ji is a very senior. Kharge ji is a very senior Dalit leader. To call him a glorified puppet on national TV does not behove him. It's very wrong. He won an election and became Congress president.
Okay,
it's very
I'm out
wrong.
of time. You've heard both
right.
sides. This is such a political issue. If you listen to the whole bite, he said nothing wrong. If you listen just to that comment, it seems out of place. Whether he was out of line, whether this is a slip of tongue, or whether he really has need to apologize, I leave to our viewers to decide. But my view generally is, listen to a full comment, listen to the full statement. Don't just listen to 10-15 seconds. It can often present, and most often does, present a misleading picture.